So yesterday we did a big boy slam setup, and today I thought we could do a big boy heavy setup because, well, why not? Our weapon of choice is going to be the Pennant, which is just a big flump Nikana that does primarily puncture damage for some reason, which doesn't really matter because two-handed Nikanas have a 4/ procs on their heavy. So the only thing that really matters here is that it has good range, it has solid follow-through, 32% crit chance, and a 2.4 times crit multi with a ton of base damage. Getting the Pennant can be a bit of a pain to get, especially if you don't like Railjack, because it's a 7.3% drop from Blight Captain, Glassy Commander, Electro Commander, or Pyre Captain in Empyrean, though luckily the blueprint is tradable. So let's give it a very heavy swing, shall we? I freaking love this weapon. It's just a no-nonsense Nikana. I've invested 8 Forma into it already, and wait, what's the unique trait on this? Right, the attack speed. That's actually quite nice as well. We are going Sacrificial Pressure and Steel, obviously. Now, some people on the previous video said that Galvanized Steel is really good because of the crit chance. However, the crit chance you get from this is doubled for heavies, and the difference here is quite huge. It's 275% versus 110, which is doubled. It's just too much of a difference. It's not worth it for the crit damage. We do need a stance, mainly for the extra capacity it provides. This is the big new thing for heavy attacks, Galvanized Reflex. This is absolutely insane because not only do you get the heavy attack efficiency, you also get 80 initial combo. Huh? What happened there? My mouse is dying, I think. Yeah, the reason why this is so good is because initial combo has a certain rate at which it regenerates. So if you heavy attack too fast, it doesn't actually regenerate and you're not heavy attacking at full initial combo. However, if you get the heavy attack efficiency, you don't consume all the combo, so it takes less time for it to regenerate, making this mod absolutely cracked. Amalgam Organ Shatter for the crit damage and heavy attack wind-up speed. Let's actually flip these around. Yep, KB for the damage and to max out wind-up. Gladiator Might should be really good here because we not only get the crit damage but also crit chance. Since how high of a combo is 80 hits? Like 6x? Probably not. Like 4x? Maybe 5? I don't know. But we're just gonna get more crit chance from the set bonus. We're gonna have to flip one of the V's into a D for Elementalist. So let's do that right away. There we go. I am gonna use the Galvanized version, but you kinda don't need the status, so you can run the normal one instead. The best thing to do here for like maximum meme damage would be to run a Smite mod or a Primed Smite mod even. However, I don't want to do that because I think we're going to have more than enough damage, so Primed Reach is going to be the way to go, I think. I would love to fit in Dispatch Overdrive because I don't want to go with the Tennokai setup, right? So Dispatch Overdrive would be really nice. Because I don't want to actually light attack with this. Maybe we could run parry as well. But I want to just do heavy attack, so Dispatch Overdrive would be really nice. However, as you can see, we do not have the capacity for this. We would need not a Sacrificial Forma, an Umbra Forma to fit in a fully ranked one. So I think we're just going to skip the Exiles here. There are actually a few choices of Arcanes here. Retaliation, if you use this on a frame that has like a lot of shields and overshields. You could run Crescendo to top off your initial combo. Or just Fortification for the armor, which I think is what I'm gonna do, just to get the extra chunkiness from this. I think we can keep this at level 190 right off the bat. Let's do a Grenier Battle Group, because I know this is gonna do good damage. I just know it. But how good is the damage gonna be? This is no priming, by the way. Yep, the damage is solid enough, even before the ramp up. And there we go, so it's a 5x combo at 80 hits. Let's try a Bombard. Okay, so one heavy is good enough to kill level, let's just say 200 Bombard in Steel Path with no priming, because, well, we don't have Vital yet. Let's add Harold, there we go, good boy Harold, and we have him set up with Vital and Electricity. How much damage? 473k per tick. That's kinda stupid. Yep, this is about as dumb as I expected. I just realized this new reflex mod has to be absolutely busted for glaives as well. What I like about this is the same thing I liked about the slam build we did yesterday. There's no ramp up, no setup, just no nonsense. You press the button, it goes whoosh, and everything dies. It's actually kind of funny. This doesn't seem that crazy to me, but it is. And it's all because I did the Sampotis build yesterday, and that was just like an absurd levels of dumb. This is also dumb, just not quite as dumb as the other one. I think it's mostly the AoE. This is like a melee setup that has about 6 meters of range, whereas the Sampotis just nukes the entire room. The Slampotus with an influence setup is like less of a melee weapon and more of a like a handheld nuke. One thing I am loving about this, actually, is the attack speed you get from the unique trait. It's very nice for moving around. This is not gonna be the best for Acolytes, but it should be good enough. Alright, have a slash proc angst. Yeah, that's about as much as I expected. Dot belts are not the best for Acolytes. Like, if this bothers you, I think this is more than good enough, but if it bothers you, you could run Expedite Suffering on your frame, stack up your slash, and then blow it up with Expedite Suffering. Time to bully the shield boys. One thing you could actually do here is combine this with the Saxum set, which makes lifted enemies explode. Because, like, our upfront damage isn't particularly high, so most enemies actually survive the initial hit and then die from the slash proc. And the heavy attack also lifts them, so you could lift them, slash ticks, and then they detonate. Yeah, I don't think there is much we can do here to make this better. The only thing that comes to mind is actually taking out Gladiator Might and replacing it with spring-loaded blade so that you get even more range, because the damage is more than good enough. Because once you have enough damage, the best thing you can do is just hit more stuff. Hello, Torment. Let's see what the damage is actually like if we like stack the slash. Yeah, that's more than acceptable. Yep. So, here's the final no-nonsense, no faffing around heavy build for the Pennant. We have Wise Razor for our stance. This is mainly here for the capacity. We don't actually use the combos all that much. Then we have Sacrificial Pressure and Steel for base damage and crit chance, Amalgam Organ Shatter for crit damage and heavy attack wind-up speed, Galvanized Reflex for heavy attack efficiency and 80 initial combo. Then there is Killing Blow for heavy attack wind-up speed. This actually caps us out, as well as heavy attack damage. Gladiator Might for crit damage and some additional crit chance from our combo counter. Galvanized Elementalist, though you can just run normal Elementalist, it's fine for status damage. And we top it off with Primed Reach for more range. And for the Arcane, melee fortification if you want more armor, melee retaliation if you want more damage and you have a decent amount of shields in or over shields on your frame, or even crescendo so that you can heavy attack a 12x combo. That will require some setup though, as you will have to get enough finisher kills to max it out, and it will kind of devalue Galvanized Reflex. Now we did run some extra stuff for this, like Arcane Avenger on our frame, which, you know, adds 45% extra final crit chance, but this is very much not necessary, so don't worry if you don't have it or want to run something else. But you absolutely want to run a pet that primes vital for you, as the weapon does not do it itself. Overall, this is a very chill, no-nonsense heavy attack setup that's a lot of fun to use. It's not as ridiculous as like the Slampotus setup that we did yesterday, but it is very good indeed. So I would very much recommend you give it a shot or a swing or whatever. Just do whatever you want with it. It's fine. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Then I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.